Welcome, podcast fans. It's time for the What's Up Bro podcast show, presented by J&J Production Studios, the home for all your entertainment needs. All kinds of great topics discussed every week, a variety of different themes offered, special guest appearances, prize giveaways, and so much more. Stay tuned. And now, here are your hosts, Samcro and Big Hoss.
Well, good evening, everybody. Happy Friday to you all. It is the start of the weekend. We are so excited to be back with you here at the What's Up Bro podcast show. And a great episode we have for you tonight. And if you didn't notice this, which you probably did right off the bat, this episode has been pre-recorded. This is kind of due to, in part, giving us a chance to have a break and have a night off. As you guys know, Big Hoss has not been feeling well, so we want to make sure that he is back as healthy as possible, so that we can resume and give you guys the upbeat, lively entertainment that we provide every single week for you guys. But the show must go on, and we actually have an extra special episode for you guys tonight, which we're going to kind of credit this as a best of What's Up Bro show, because if you guys followed our post from this past week, you know that I returned to make a special guest appearance to talk with our good friend and host Dini on Vigilante's radio. That happened Tuesday night, and it was fantastic. It was amazing. I can never say enough good things about it. If you guys have a chance to be on there and talk with him, do so. You won't be sorry. It's an amazing time. I look forward to it also because I never know exactly what's going to happen. I don't know what I'm going to get asked. Nothing's ever pre-scripted. So I'm always tingling with anticipation because I don't know what kind of questions are going to come out. And you know, it always turns out to be fun, and we have a good time, and it's just incredible. It's also fun, if you guys are going to listen to this, we're going to play this episode for you tonight. You'll learn some new things about me that you maybe didn't know before. I do tend to share a lot of stuff, but especially if you're newer here, you'll learn quite a bit about me, and we talk a little bit more in depth about it. So it really was just an awesome experience and a great time, and we can't wait to be back on with him again. We're going to have Big Hoss with us. Hopefully he won't be feeling ill. He was going to try to come on this last time, but because of being sick, which we talked about this past weekend, trying to stay healthy. I'm sure a lot of people are getting sick. It's fall now. It's that time of year as we head towards the end of the season, and it gets colder especially. So, but it was incredible nonetheless, and we're going to play that for you guys tonight. It's really enjoyable. I hope you guys will get a lot of kick out of it, and you know, it's amazingly entertaining, and I don't even know how else to describe it into words. It's just awesome. It was top notch, great quality, and yeah, I guess enough said as it is. So we're gonna get to that shortly. Gonna chat with you a little bit here, give you guys some updates and give you guys some announcements here, as we always do when we start the show. And again, we're sorry we're not live to join you tonight, but we are still glad that we can still be able to be with you in some way, shape, or form or fashion. That's the beauty of working with this kind of software, doing that in the world of on-air radio and podcasting. There's always a way that you still get your great entertainment, but we as the artists and we as the show hosts and things like that, we have a chance to take a break. And you know, everybody deserves a little vacation time now and again. You guys know that throughout this year. We've done that a few times, and it's no different now. So we just figured this is the perfect way to segue into doing this. Of course, we will be back tomorrow night, Saturday night, live, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as always. Like this episode is playing tonight, we'll be there for you guys and have another great new episode, which hopefully this will tide you over until then, which is what the hope is. And I don't think you'll be disappointed in that regard. And we're also looking forward to it because we are coming into the last few days, in fact, of September. We are coming into the month of October, which is going to be, I think we're going to title it this year, our epic month of spooktacular episodes, our spooktacular specials, coming into the Halloween season. This is the time of year that we really get excited because the holiday theme shows are fantastic. They were a big hit with you guys last year. I cannot wait. I personally am super excited. I know some of the others are as well. For the Christmas episodes coming up in December, we break out the Christmas music. Super cannot wait. I don't know. I'm having a hard time containing myself. It's going to be incredible. Hope you guys are looking forward to that as well. So that's on the lineup. We're getting ready to start that. Perfect weekend to do so. There you have it. Hope you want to look forward to it. Mark your calendars and keep track with us because you don't want to miss out on that. Let's see, as far as announcements go, I'm trying to think what are some key important ones. Obviously, that's the first one and you're going to hear the episode, so you know I made that appearance, so there's nothing new there. We are still working currently to make contact with the web developer. We're trying to get the website up and running. That is still our top priority as far as projects right now. Hoping to have that maybe by the end of this year, beginning of 2024. Definitely at some point in 2024. So if we don't get it, with the time frame, because we want to do it just right. Again, we are trying to move the process along so that we have it, but we also don't want to rush it because we want the quality to really reflect what we're all about here at the studio. So that might take us a little bit longer, but it is coming. So stay tuned for that. We'll continue to post updates. Reminder too, we did circulate it. We'll probably circulate it again later this month, maybe closer towards Halloween. We're going to do this at least for the next 2 months. We have that special signed photo of Miranda, Fear the Maverick, our good friend, and who's been on the show. We're hoping to maybe see if she'll come on one more time before the season's over. We're going to reach out and find out if that's a possibility. But if you guys want a chance to win a signed photo, we'll recirculate it again. We'll do that periodically. We want to try to start doing this and close it up in the month of December. We want to have this done around the holidays. So if you want a chance, if you haven't already, and here's the way to do it, make sure you like the photos. You can reshare it or repost it. You can comment on them. You can send us an email directly if you want to let us know about you, and if you want to be entered, we'll definitely include that as an entry for that photo there as well. But we'd like to give it away for the holiday season if you guys want to have something special, a souvenir. It's really awesome. It was incredible. It was hand signed in person when I had a chance to meet Miranda back in July. It was incredible. She was gracious enough to do that. So if you guys want that and you want to be contributed or be included in that, that's how you do that. And we will do this at least for the next couple of weeks. We might even do it into the beginning of December, but we want to close it off because probably around the week of Christmas, and again, depending on, I have to see actually, I think Christmas, where we fall this year. Let me look at that while we're talking about it because I never know from time to time. Christmas actually is on a Monday, so yeah, that would actually be perfect because we would be live December 22nd and 23rd, which is literally going to be a Christmas special weekend because Sunday, Christmas Eve is on Sunday and Monday. So probably right up till the middle of that week, maybe around the 19th or the 20th, we're going to cap off and close off the opportunity to put in an entry. So that gives you a little less than 2 months, or a little less than 3 months, a little less than 3 months, about 2.5 months. I don't know where my math is. I can't always think about that straight. So a little bit more than 2 months in that regard, 2.5. So if you guys have that opportunity and want to do that, there's your chance to do so. We'll continue to post that and have it out for you all. What else do we have? I don't think there's much because we've covered quite a bit over the last few weeks, and I'm just trying to think here. I think that's pretty much everything. Excuse me. If we think of anything else, we will let you guys know. I'll post it at the end. We'll come back on and just to close it with you guys after the episode plays. Before we do that, though, and again, I will always give you guys an opportunity to get yourselves prepared. Now, you can always pause this if you want to get yourself prepped and ready to go. But if you want to let the episode play here, we're going to run just one commercial there, play a little music for you guys, give you a chance to go grab yourself something to eat, get your snacks together, use the bathroom, get a comfortable blanket, get really, really relaxed. You want to kick back and enjoy this. It's going to be incredible. So this is going to be the time to do that right now. We'll give you guys just a few moments for that. But of course, again, pause this if you wish. And when we come back then, we will play the episode for you guys, and then we'll wrap up things for the evening. Again, super entertaining. This is one of those, I go back and listen to it. I love it. It's great, so hope you guys will enjoy it as well. But this will be the time to get yourselves all situated, set, and ready to go. Then we'll play this for you guys there. Hopefully everybody's doing well. We hope you all are healthy and, not ill. Unfortunately, it does happen, but especially when you have families and a larger group of people you're around regularly, if you're working with people, and sometimes you get sick from work, it's kind of unavoidable in some instances, but we hope that you are doing well. And of course, it's always great to be kicking off the weekend right. We love to be at the focal point. We hope that we are the center for your weekend, at least to get things started. We don't have to be the main attraction for your weekend always, but we hope that we help to contribute to your relaxation and have the ability to get you in the right frame of mind to relax, to do whatever it is you guys like to do, whatever is your forte, whatever you enjoy, and things like that. So that's what we always try to do, give our best at it, and do the best we can. So let's hit that break. You guys come on back, and then we will play the episode of my special interview returning to Vigilantes Radio with host Dini. Coming up next, stay tuned. Don't go away. Do not miss this. It's incredibly awesome. And just, that's a reminder, I want to remind everybody, too. That was what we were going to say, too. We will have the original links to where this episode was uploaded to, including Dini's YouTube channel and some of the Vigilantes Radio accounts. If you guys want to hear it directly where it was posted there, you can. It's the same audio clip, but you could also check it out. We highly recommend you do so because there's a lot of great content. He's had a lot of special guests on. I've listened to some of them. They're fantastic. So check it out. Get to know him there. Follow and subscribe everywhere if you want to. Follow anyone on social media you can. Give him a lot of support. It's been awesome for us, helping us out and growing our numbers here. A lot of you guys probably are from there, and we are so glad to have you with us. So we want to return that favor. You can check that out if you so desire. That's available as well. Come on back then. Stay tuned. The main event of the evening is about to begin in just a moment. We'll see you shortly.
Hey audio fans, are you looking for fun and excitement? Have you been searching for that special show? You know, the one complete package you want in a podcast? Then check out the What's Up Bro podcast show and experience what true entertainment is all about. Stay tuned and don't miss the action. Available on your favorite streaming services, including YouTube. Thank you for all your support. And as always, we'll see you at the show.
We'll be right back to the show with more in just a moment. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back to the show with more in just a moment. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back to the show with more in just a moment. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back to the show with more in just a moment. Please stay tuned.
Do what you want, do what you want, do it. Do what you want, do what you want, do it.
Break time is over. We're so glad you stayed tuned. Now back to the action as the show is set to resume.
All right, there you go, you guys. Hopefully that was plenty of time for you all to get yourselves situated and ready for now the main event of the evening, which, again, this is it was incredible. I love to listen to this. I can't wait to hear this again. It's fun to be on that side of the microphone. You know, we are always used to, you guys know too, we've had some special guests hosting them, but to actually be the guest on the show, it's something extra special where, you know, that pressure is kind of different in a manner of speaking, as mentioned at the beginning of the show tonight. So hope you guys will enjoy this. This was an incredible experience, incredible opportunity, and looking forward to speaking again very, very soon. This is, before we start actually too, a reminder, if you didn't catch the original interview, we have it up. It is in the catalog of episodes here. We can post that out if you guys want to listen to that. If you listen to it already, you're familiar with this concept, but that will be available for you guys to check out as well. And just again, a reminder in case you are joining this in the middle some way, shape, or form, we'll have the original links for this episode up if you want to hear it in its entirety there. You'll hear it in its entirety here, but if you want to hear it from the original source, you can do that as well. So, without further ado, sit back, kick back, lay back, relax, wherever you are, get comfortable, put your headsets on, get your earbuds on, get that great quality surround sound to make it even more of an in-depth experience, feel like you're actually being interviewed yourself. Tune in here, Vigilantes Radio with host Dini, interviewing yours truly. Hope you guys enjoy it.
From the very beginning, we're all about being connected. And year after year, through every stage of life, that need grows even stronger. Which is why Penn Teledata never stops improving our advanced fiber network. We connect the things that matter most. Businesses, schools, healthcare, governments, and of course, the people who make our community strong. This is technology with a purpose. Stay connected with Penn Teledata.
One of the biggest reasons I think to choose Allen Audiology is their love for people and their love for what they do. They really enjoy what they do. They have a passion for it, and they love helping people enjoy their passions, getting back to the things you love and being able to enjoy them. Whether it's the crack of a baseball bat, the sound of an orchestra, the laughter of your grandchildren, whatever it is, helping you enjoy life again. With Allen Audiology, they first of all find out what type of hearing loss you have. It's not just that you have hearing loss, what type. And then they help you get rehab back into hearing, help you wean back into hearing again. That's one of the reasons for the 60-day free trial period, but another is it assures you of Allen Audiology's integrity, of their sincerity, of their technology, their knowledge. It all ends up with you getting back to enjoying life again. Take advantage of the 60-day free trial period by scheduling your hearing test today with Allen Audiology. 610-439-1196.
You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, presented by the Only One Media Group. This is the people's choice for quality interviews, celebrities, and special guests. Hosted by Demetrius Dini Reynolds. Call in to join the mix at 701-801-9813. For the complete archive of episodes, visit onlyonemediagroup.com and be sure to like us on Facebook at Vigilantes Radio. We welcome all. Enjoy the show. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host, Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds. Enjoy the show.
All right. What is up, guys? Welcome again to another incredible episode of Vigilantes Radio Live right here on iHeartRadio. And I'm your host, Dini. We have another special guest for you guys, so you definitely want to stick around for that. And as a matter of fact, text your buddies, family members, or even share it on social media right now and let them know that we are about to dive deep into another interview. Before we dive deep into another interview, I want to say that, too many dreams are stopped cold by how. You ever had that one friend or multiple friends that when you tell them an idea, they want to know how this, how that, why this, and when? All these crazy questions. Just believe in what I'm going to do. Just believe it. That's what I want to tell them, right? Don't ask the questions. I know the questions are important for me to have the answer to, because someone important may ask me those same questions. I need to have an answer cooked up right away, right? Elevator pitches and all. But I'm just saying, if you're a friend, just listen to the ideas, support it. Anyway, you have a dream, an inspiration. It feels great to imagine the achievement of it. But then how rears its ugly head? How could I ever do that? You wonder, and unable to come up with a realistic or even practical answer, you abandon the dream entirely. What a waste. A perfectly wonderful dream goes forever unfulfilled because you get tripped up by how. Or you let some friends trip you up about the how and the why and the when and the where. It doesn't have to be that way, trust me, because when the whats and the whys of your dreams are strong and solid and specific enough, the hows will come easily and naturally. Rather than being too concerned with the how, focus on specifically what it is you wish to achieve and on why you really truly wish to achieve it. When you focus clearly enough on a specific object or objective, and when you know in the most genuine and honest way why you wish to achieve it, you will surely and reliably be able to come up with a workable and effective how. I'm telling you, you will find a way. Success begins with passion, and when sufficient passion is there, the means to reach it will arrive just as surely as dawning as each new day. Know what, know why, and you'll surely figure out how. Take that from me, Coach Dini. That is my word, and word is bond.
At dollarseed.com, all of our seeds are only $1 a pack. And we have online resources that teach you all about the rewarding hobby of growing your own plants, flowers, herbs, and vegetables. Imagine the joy you'll feel when your children actually help you harvest your first garden crop, or the pride of knowing you'll never need a florist again. Visit dollarseed.com and grow a little magic of your own for just $1. Dollarseed.com. What could be healthier?
Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome to another incredible episode of Vigilante's Radio Live right here on iHeartRadio, and I'm your host, Dini. Our interviews are designed to go beyond music, news, books, art, acting, films, technology, education, entrepreneurship, entertainment, and sometimes even past that thing that we call the ego. Our interviews are designed to go behind the scenes and into the minds of these incredible human beings. You know, the ones who are out there giving it their all for me, for you, and for the world. Well, guys, you are joining us. Yes, I know you are joining us for a journey with Samcro. He's back, the multifaceted musician. Yeah, I learned that about him. Known for his diverse interests and infectious energy. We'll dive into maybe a little bit of world of rhythm, harmony, maybe some martial arts. Learn that about him too. We'll discover the passion behind his percussion works, and maybe we'll explore the evolution of his adventures. I also learned that he was once a hot air balloon crew member, which is real cool. I want to do that. That's on the bucket list. And his insights on if he's living a fulfilled life. So guys, be ready to embrace, listen to the inspiration from Samcro's extraordinary experiences. Yeah, man. His beat resonates with the rhythm of life, a martial artist who moves as smooth as his tunes, an adventurer who has soaked up the skies, a podcast host who has connected worlds through his engaging conversation. He's a man of many, many talents and endless passions. I was on his site the other day just looking at episodes, and it's a vast array of different things you can really get into. It's like, I didn't know where to start. I was like, whoa, I like that. Oh, I like that too. Oh man, I don't know what to listen to first. So I kind of just put everything in the playlist and let it go. So he's here tonight to chat with us. Let's bring him on. Yo, Samcro, what it do, man? What it do?
I'm good, Dini. How are you? So nice to be back. I want to say I'm glad to be here for your 10th anniversary. Congratulations on 10 years of success for your show as well. I'm happy to be a part of that.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much. I won't say 10 years of success. Man, the first 3 were pretty rough. One listener for a very long time, and that one listener wasn't even my girlfriend. Man.
That's something. I will say it's very inspiring, because I often sit and I think to myself, you know, we just celebrated our 1-year anniversary at the beginning of August since we started our shows, and I think I mentioned it last time I was here too. You know, we always said we wanted it to be entertaining and inspiring for other people, even if it's just a couple that are there. So, and not many people see that as success. They say, well, why do you do a show for, you know, 2 people that aren't my parents either, even? So, you know, why do it? Why do you get on the microphone every weekend? You know, why do you sit down, and why do you try to entertain? And maybe even nobody listens at all. You know, that's always that thought that's in the back of your mind. But I just tell myself, we shared a lot, especially recently, you know, we look forward to sitting down and chatting with anybody who will listen, and we hope that, you know, not only does it entertain, but also, you know, maybe give some wisdom and some words of insight if we can. We can touch on, when we do touch on some serious topics, which does happen occasionally, but it's really just for us to escape that crazy world that we live every day. You know, it's kind of just the ability to be a part of something where, you know, we are truly unique in that we can give our vantage point and our views. Doesn't mean everybody has to agree with them, obviously, but we try to bring our own stamp of approval and uniqueness to what we do for our shows, no matter what it is. So, you know, just knowing that, and even after every show, when I turn the microphone off, I say, you know, I don't care if maybe even one person listens to this. If it's just one, you know, I don't have to have 1,000 people every weekend. At least it tells me, you know, I spoke my piece. We talked about some good things, and hopefully we get a lot of laughs out of that too, which is always kind of the goal. So that's really big for us. But anytime you can do that, I think that's why I say a success for you, because when you love doing that and you put your best efforts for it, you're always going to be successful no matter what.
Absolutely. And you know what, Samcro, I think it's also up to the individual to determine what success is.
Yes. Yep.
It is hard showing up for one person or 2 people or 3. You know, it's hard to do that on a consistent basis. You know, it's like someone asks you, all right, how did your show go? Well, my first question is, did you listen? If you didn't listen, don't ask me about it.
Right.
That's always the rule. Second rule, if you did listen, what did you get from it?
Right.
You know, and even if you didn't, I appreciate you for showing up.
Absolutely.
Because that is the hardest thing, Samcro, when the people who are closest to you do not show up. You know, you expect certain ears or faces to be in the crowd, and they're never there. So that was that was the hardest part of my journey, and it still is hard today, even after 10 years.
Definitely.
It's all strangers.
Yep. For sure.
And I had to come to terms with that. Like, you know what? I gotta appreciate it. It may not be the people who, you know, supposedly love me, but they love me. The strangers do. So let's take that.
Yeah.
For you, man, what is your why?
You know, I often think about it sometimes too, because, like I said, and I enjoy hearing that. I never hear my flashes of life and all the adventures I've been on, but it causes me to think sometimes and reflect. And you know, because I do ask myself virtually every day, why? Why did I get involved in the things that I did, or why did I choose? Maybe I didn't choose, but why did I embark on these adventures or follow through, or whatever the case is? But I think boiling it down for me, it was just living life, you know, not to be afraid of opportunities and just trying new things, and also recognizing that, you know, trying in and of itself is just a success if you paint it in that picture, in that limelight. You know, a lot of people sometimes don't, but I always try to use that as my focus for why I chose to do this, why I invested here, why I put my time and effort there. And a lot of people who know me, especially intimately and very close friends, will say that they can tell that I'm dedicated in something when I work really hard at it. And if I'm that passionate there, I really try to go to great lengths to achieve a successful outcome, no matter what size, or and not necessarily the monetary factor or anything like that, but just for myself, that challenge, kind of like running that marathon or climbing that mountain, at least to get to the top. You know, my goal is not to get halfway and say, well, you know, this is it, I'm not going any further. I want to get to that top of the mountain. So when I looked at it that way, and I always say to myself too, how can I challenge myself today? Maybe I achieved something. Well, how can I can do better? Or what can I do better? Or what's the next goal for today? You know, there has to be some kind of momentum and movement for goals. So, and is it beneficial for me? You know, is it something that can be attainable to some extent? And is it worthwhile? And I've been on both sides of that. I've had instances where, you know, a lot of things didn't work out and fizzled out, and I wasn't discouraged by it, but when I asked why, I said, well, I guess it just wasn't meant to be, or it wasn't kind of my forte or where I was supposed to go. That wasn't quite my pathway. That road kind of came to a grinding halt. But I never leave myself discouraged. You know, I always, whenever I ask that question of why, I just want it to be a matter of reflecting and self-improvement, not necessarily looking at my faults or negativity and saying, well, this was a complete waste. Why did I do that? I was so young. I was so stupid at one time, kind of a thing. I mean, I've had those too, but I always just told myself, if it's something that I'm dedicated to, passionate about, maybe others like me will share similarities, or maybe I can inspire somebody else, whatever I'm doing. That's really truly the reason why, and that's the main core driving force behind my efforts in no matter what I chose to do.
Absolutely, man. And given all of your skills from martial arts, I mean, you have to be a very, very disciplined person to even go through the different trainings. Man, I mean, you can even use swords and katanas, impressive. I wouldn't want to mess with you.
I'd be very gracious to you, but I appreciate that. So.
Man, you can't be gracious to an enemy.
Yeah,
what are you doing, Samcro?
Listen, part of the sword training is the honor factor, so I'm always willing to honor the respect factor. So it's not one to show aggression or fear of death. It's more, that's sort of the honor code of the sword training, where, you know, it's a means of kind of like even carrying weapons today too. You know, think of like police officers. You have the means to protect yourself, but you don't want to employ those or draw those weapons unless you absolutely have to. And even then, you still try to show mercy to the other person. So it's my way of, hey, you know, this is here. It's at my belt level. I can pull it if I need to. I don't want to do it, but I'm not afraid to. So I'm giving you that chance of maybe think twice before you keep, you know, pushing the envelope, if you will. So that's kind of my mentality with that.
Yeah, man. You're a true ninja. That was a test, you know,
Thank you.
to see if you undered the code. And you did.
Yep.
You're a ninja. Also, man, the name Samcro, did that come from Sons of Anarchy, or is that
it
just
actually, yeah, it did. It
wow.
It was kind of a moniker where, and actually how my partner Big Hoss, who unfortunately couldn't make it with us tonight, he's not feeling well, that was kind of his nickname going, and that's kind of how we knew each other when we first met. And then when we developed the shows to do the podcast, you know, I always thought, well, not many people do it, not many people have that radio kind of persona, but you know, and also I always think about safety reasons. You never know about using your real name and whatnot. A lot of, you know, artists do that too and so forth. But it was kind of a unique, it's obviously not mine specifically. Like, I wasn't something that I genuinely came up out of the blue, but it was sort of became part of the fusing of my identity. You know, from the online gaming that we did, that most of our friends that we met and that we've had on our shows too know me by. It kind of took on a life of its own. So, you know, usually they say you don't usually give yourself a nickname, which I really didn't in essence. It just kind of sort of took on a life of its own, where more often than not people just call me Sam. So it's not just an identity where it's like, yeah, I embrace that, and then they'll ask me, or friends will ask me afterwards, but that's not you on there. Oh, that's me. It's just, you know, that's the persona I use when I entertain people who are listening. You know, like anybody else. You know, kind of like a Cher or Beyonce, you know, some of those names, like, it's just it might be a real name, but it's only part of the name, but that's just part of the makeup of the entertainment for that too. So, but it was very interesting where, you know, a lot of people always ask me that, and I'm like, yeah, I know it's truly not unique in some aspects because of that. It's borrowed from there, but it just kind of became my identity, and I honestly wasn't sure if I could roll with it. I didn't know how people would respond to it, or if they would even get the connectivity to it, but it was unique how it really just kind of became who I was, and it wasn't all me. It was because of others that sort of kind of stapled that to my personality, and I'm like, yep, that's definitely me. I'm Sam. That's who I am. That's who you hear when you go on and listen to our episodes.
Yeah, I think it's genius, man. Let me tell you why. So, I haven't watched Sons of Anarchy, but I did watch the Mayans MC. Yep. And if you watch that, you know that the Sons did show up in a few of those seasons. Yep. And they mentioned Samcro, and I was like, yo, I know a Samcro.
Yep. That's great. That's great. I love that. I mean, it's awesome when, again, it's just kind of like it falls into place. So, you know, I don't plan that. So it's just one of those. But I like having that. You obviously kind of put two and two together, which is nice. So that's great.
I'm smart sometimes, man. Sometimes they hit me.
I have my moments. You know, one or two a year. That's about it.
Yeah, man. For me, it's like 5 minutes, and then it's back to, man, airhead.
That's definitely longer than mine. Yeah, I'm usually about a 2 to 3 minute type. But you know, I have my moments, so I agree with you there.
Yes, sir. So, man, I think I saw a new show popped up on your podcast list. It's it may be, I may be wrong, but ASMR and Nighttime Sleep.
Yes. Yep.
So, go ahead.
No, that's good. Yeah, we actually have two new shows that we incorporated. So the ASMR Nighttime Sleep, Big Hoss initially started that. That was known as Nighttime Sleep with Dr. Hoss, which is sometimes we refer to ourselves as Dr. Sam or Dr. Hoss, depending on what frame we're at to entertain. We like to have an affiliation with that. So obviously we're not PhD certified or anything like that, but it's just kind of fun to associate that. We do that, and that podcast initially he had started to kind of help make the awareness with mental health and things of that nature, which he personally has dealt with some of that. So that kind of, we looked at that, and it kind of started off the ground, and we re-examined it, and we're like, well, kind of want to take this a little bit further. I've been a huge fan of ASMR. I've listened to it on many occasions all over YouTube and different places you can find it, and the popularity just seemed to really be there. And I didn't know it at the time when we talked about doing this, and I researched this later. They gave like the top options for what to create a podcast for, and actually ASMR was in the top 10, I think it was, if I remember correctly. So it's kind of happenstance and coincidence that it was there. I just thought to myself, we can explore this because a lot of people, along with mental health issues, they have trouble sleeping. A lot of people have insomnia, and just all the collective works that I've seen multiple artists do for that. And even I can speak personally, I've used it myself at times. It really does help. Kind of inspired that way of rebranding that and taking that show we thought had potential there. It could go a little bit further, which seemed to work out really good. We've only got a few episodes out. We're still experimenting with it, but had a lot of great feedback from people, a lot of views, a lot of stats from listeners who are listening and downloading episodes. So we figured we got something special there. And then another show that we added, an element, we call it the What's Up Bro review show. Everybody likes a good review show. We did a couple episodes there, and the basic synopsis for that show is we review anything from new TV shows and new movies come out, music. We're looking to do other podcasts. If people are wondering what podcast should I listen to, we are hoping to help give you our expertise as far as sharing ones that we've listened to that we really like and want to plug in. Maybe favorite books, really anything from A to Z in essence. And I know those have also, again, I've used personal things like that where I listen to other people give their feedback on what they like, what they don't like. I've actually found a few things that I didn't know I was going to be interested in from another review kind of a show. So
nice.
Figured this might be a good idea. And I know everybody's always asking, how do I do, what do I do, and who has the time to really figure it out? So we're hoping to help move that along for you and help you kind of skip some hurdles so that you don't have to take too much time. And if it's not something that you like or something that you feel is relevant, then you won't waste your time. So that's relatively new as well, and seeming to have some good feedback there. So we're hoping between those two shows that we'll really have something solid for people that listen to us.
Absolutely. So I've
To prove that mobile from Penn Teledata Business Voice brings the office everywhere you are, I'm to connect with my team while falling 15,000 feet!
We're here, boss. We hear you loud and clear.
Thanks, Janice. Companies today need affordable, cloud-based, unlimited calling, conferencing, mobile synergy, and easy upgrades to grow with your business to keep you, well, truly mobile.
Penteledata Business Voice. Anywhere you are.
Janice?
Yeah, boss.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a little help.
A few things about the reviews. All right. So I've started a review show too. And here's the thing. So we were reviewing Friends, their music.
Yep.
And they found out and happened to jump in our live stream while we were reviewing the project. So everything just got super nice. Okay. It's like, oh man, this is wonderful. I'm hearing my co-hosts. I have two co-hosts, and they're just like painting it on. Like these are the biggest artists in the world, you would think. Right. And I get a email after the show. It's like, hey man, I think you guys were too nice. I think maybe because the people, it's a personal thing.
Yep. And
it was like, I'd rather you would tell the truth, or at least give the truth, spray some candy on it or whatever, but give us the truth. I was like, you know what, you're right. I shouldn't be. I'm a music critic. I'm like the worst guy to ask if something sounds good.
Yep.
Because I work in the industry, so it comes natural. So people hate to ask me those things. So I'm like, I don't think you want that. People think they want the truth, but till they hear it.
Yep.
And so that happened, man. A guy jumped in, and I'm just laying it to him. And man, I see him log off. And I said, oh, I hurt his feelings. This is a extension of themselves. This is personal for them.
Right.
Whether they're an artist or anything. So for you, when you're doing your reviews, do you keep that in mind, or do you have a filter in place where you can be truly honest and not worry about hurting feelings or someone saying, oh, this is an enemy now because he gave my video game or new podcast a 1-star rating?
I think when we do this, and again, obviously we're still relatively new with it. We've only got a couple out, and we're planning ahead of some episodes that we have. I know there's some new shows that we want to review coming out. I know in October we have a couple new shows and a few movies and series, things like that. When we do that concept, and it depends too, is it a movie, TV show, video game, is it a music, that kind of thing, kind of look into it and say, we want to be as honest as possible, but we always preface by saying, naturally, that little quotation or asterisk is, This is my opinion coming from me. And I recall, I think when we did this last episode, we shared and said, this is how we feel. This is just the way we look at it. We also encourage people and say, if you want to look further before either watching or find other reviews, feel free to do so. This is obviously are just one opinion. We're not the only one, and we're not even professing to be the best. We try to be upfront. And as I said, we are average people, so we're trying to have that connectivity with another average, family that might sit down and watch TV on a weeknight. What do I look for? What do I binge on? What's on streaming? That sort of thing. We try to tell it from that perspective, and we try to keep it not so much personal to an attack, more or less, per se. So if it was a music for an artist group, I might say, not a thing against the group. This particular song, and I have a lot of music I listen to, I like a lot of groups. Some songs I don't particularly care for, others I do. It's just one of those, we try to keep it as balancing the scale as possible. We also say too, we don't mean to offend anybody, and again, we perfectly welcome counter arguments or point of views rather to how we feel. We always encourage the audience too. If you feel differently or if we're wrong anywhere, we obviously have our chats open every time when we're live, or you can hit us up on our social medias if you want to leave feedback there as well. We welcome that. So we are fully open and aware of that, and we are not offended if you disagree. We try to keep it very platonic in that kind of realm. So in doing that, we feel like we can genuinely be honest, and yet at the same time, give the information that we feel is going to benefit someone. And I think that's really the key thing is, it's kind of in our society and our culture, we don't all agree on everything. That's kind of what makes us unique here in our country, in the U.S. Therefore, that everybody has a different opinion. So we're not going to obviously win a lot of friends and influence a lot of people, but at least, again, if there's a few that maybe said, I'm glad you said that because I truly wasn't sure, and if you still want to investigate, do so. But if you were kind of on the fence and that was kind of the tipping point that helped you make a decision, we feel great for knowing that. So that kind of is what we do to keep it so open and honest. And, we don't ever apologize for being us too. If you're not going to be genuine, then there's really no point for us to get a message out, because that's what we feel makes our shows unique as well. So that's kind of the frame of mind that we do with that. And so far, we haven't had any negativity that's come back. So we just try to roll with that and, see what happens. But we feel like that's a good formula that seems to work so far.
Absolutely. And the nighttime show, or the ASMR and nighttime sleep show, have you seen the Spotify stats on shows like that?
I haven't seen a lot. I've seen a few. Again, we're still in the process of doing research to get the intel from that, but I know it's been a lot. It's been pretty high in some cases, which I would have never thought that. And whether or not for us that's going to be the same response, I'm not sure. But we're hopeful. We're just, again, same thing. We're not doing anything different. It's a similar concept a lot of people do. We're just trying to add our own specific flair to it, to bring our own uniqueness to the table that maybe someone will help. And again, if it's just one person, that's great, but we're trying something that we feel to kind of generate an audience that seems to really enjoy that, and hope that maybe we can at least echo similar numbers perhaps one day. But it's just a kind of a unique twist, and we figure that's a great way to inspire other people and to try to gain some traction elsewhere and be able to provide a multitude of different arrays of things to generate more fans.
Yeah, man, it is the highest grossing category right now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you can push it into the right algorithms, man, that show will explode.
It's our hope, yeah.
I got excited when I saw it. I was like, yo, they're on to it.
And we're still, we're growing. We're hoping to, we always, when we approach our shows, we kind of want to see, we try to keep it simple. We want to see if there's a response back. And I mean, literally, I think the first episode, which we self-titled, this is like the initial experiment, because it really was, had a lot of comeback and positivity where the numbers and the listens and reviews coming back shot through the roof. And we're like, oh, okay, so clearly we've got a bite here, we're efficient here, we kind of have something that could be on the hook. So we're gonna, as we grow with that, we're gonna experiment with more things and see as we adapt. We're trying to find sort of that like you said, that algorithm, that rhythm of what seems to be the key component people like, because ASMR is a huge, vast array of different things, and we know we probably won't hit everything, but We just want to hit that key component or components that will be helpful to people, that's going to keep drawing them to come back.
Yeah. Man, what do you think? Why are people having such difficult time sleeping?
I honestly, I could say we could always chalk it up to lifestyles. I mean, obviously a lot of people are struggling, maybe people working multiple jobs, working extra hard, taking care of families. Could be medical reasons too. A lot of people suffer from sleep disorders that just can't, ordinarily fall asleep like you or I would do if after a day where, it's relatively simple. And I mean, again, I've had those too, where my mind is just super active at night, and I just, like a computer, I can't turn my brain off. It just seems to kick into overdrive. So trying to lay there, and it's, instead of listening to the clock tick, I always started with the easy things like ocean sounds and things like that, which are helpful. I also enjoy the sound of rain coming in and thunderstorms, so like playing those sound effects. But there was always something about the ASMR that just kind of, I don't know, it kind of touched you, it tickled you in the right fancy there. And I suppose in some aspect, going a little bit deeper, if you listen to different artists, they have different approaches, but going a little bit deeper and maybe plucking those strings for somebody who wasn't successful with a sound machine or something of that nature. And I know for me, a lot of times certain sounds will give me goosebumps. Like, it just strikes that right chord that it just somehow gets you into a relaxing state. And we've said it even in a couple episodes that we've put out there that, we're just trying to keep it as simple as possible, and, we hope this helps everybody sleep, or at the very least, it gets you in a relaxing mode where you feel that stress melts away a little bit. Obviously, it's not going to compensate for no sleep at all, but at least it gives you the opportunity to quiet yourself, calm yourself. And sometimes a lot of those cases, sleep will find you and follow you if you get relaxed. So I think that's a key thing. And I think for us in a fast-driven paced society, I think that's a lot of times we have where, laying awake too, worrying about things that we worry about every day is another thing that adds to the stress level of preventing sleep. So I think that's a huge thing. But I think ASMR, it's wonderful, and it's helped a lot of people, and I think it will continue to do so.
Absolutely. Samcro, where can our listeners... No, I don't want to end the show yet. Do you have... What's your worldview right now? Do you have hope for humanity? Are we doomed by AI? Do you think aliens are going to get us? Are you the religious type and have been watching all the YouTube doomsday video? What's up? What's on your mind?
That's a very good question. And again, I say this, and I will preface this, like I said, with anything else. This is just, my opinion, my viewpoints, obviously, because I'm the one sharing that. But I think there's a lot of ways you can look at it. Obviously, we know things are not good. I think we can all agree on that in some regard. Things are a lot harder than they were a long time ago for a lot of us, especially as, I know for me getting older now too. It was not like when I was growing up. Things are different, economically speaking, and those sorts of things. I always like to say I don't want to be completely bleak about it. I think that we have a chance to maybe right the ship and turn things around. But at the same time, I think it's also important to note that we as a people have to do better with educating ourselves or setting up our future generations in the right direction. I said this to people. I'm a huge fan of history, love history throughout school. And the thing that upsets me is seeing how a lot of in education systems, they're changing history and not being honest and truthful, like we said earlier, about telling the truth about it. When you make those changes, you're not benefiting anybody because you can't erase history, number one. Good or bad, it's there. That's part of the fabric of what we learn. So if you're not going to teach it appropriately or properly, then there's really not going to be hope for the future because it kind of dumbs things down and it doesn't give you the full picture. And it's really sad especially for young children that are, we know are eager to learn and want to soak up as much as they can. You don't want to sugarcoat and shortcut things. And I always say that too. I wish at times, even being a kid, that you could be brutally honest with me because I'd rather know that than have a false hope or false belief that, it's going to be all peaches and cream and sunshine and dandelions and that kind of thing. So I think there's always hope. I think there's always a chance. I think the real question we have to ask ourselves is, are we taking those advantages are we doing our part to set up future generations? And the biggest question is, are we doing our part to learn from past generations, from grandparents and folks that have been there longer than we have? I feel like there's a breakdown in command and chain for there, where we don't take from our elders and people that have been there before. I've always said that when I've been on my music journey and stuff too, and playing drums and being in a couple of bands that I played in, I look to guys saying, what can I do to be better? And they'll ask me, why are you asking me? I said, because you've been drumming a lot longer than I have. You've been playing music before I was even a twinkle in my parents' eye. You've been in the musical arts for 40 some years. I've just started dabbling in it, and I want to learn from you. How do I try to set myself up to get to your level? Because everybody, learns from somebody. A lot of great artists have artists that inspire them and look up to them. You have to learn from somebody. So I think that's very important, who you're getting the information from, who you're learning it from, and how do you apply it to your own life. So I think when we do that, humanity has a chance. We just have to be smart and make sure that we especially work together, that we are unifying ourselves and not distancing for age, race, or religion or anything like that, that we are really trying to collectively help one another, because regardless of our beliefs and our thought process, we either, I know there's a famous saying, I can't remember exactly who said it, but we either succeed together or we don't. We're going to fail because we stayed separate. So I think those few lessons are very important. That gives us always a chance, but it is definitely bleak for sure. But I think that, who knows, anything is possible. We can always see what the future holds. I just hope maybe I'll be a part of that and live long enough to see it. Maybe I won't. I don't know, but I hope and pray every day that, at least I can contribute my portion and help make the world a better place, whether that's through our podcasts, through our shows, or any other of the adventures I've had that maybe will inspire somebody else. But I always try to be a positive light in a dark world, especially nowadays where it's so crucial.
Absolutely, man. If a zombie apocalypse pops off or alien invasion happens to come, I'm going to find you, Samcro, for your incredible insights and your ninja skills. And together we will
survive as long as we can. Sure.
Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir. All right, man. Tell Dr. Haas to feel better, man, and wishing you guys much success.
Thank you.
For sure, for sure. All right, what's up, bro? Podcast show with Sam Crow. All right, man, I love talking to you, man. Love checking out the show. Before we let you go, let our listeners know where they can find it and connect with you on the internet.
Certainly. So if you check out our Linktree, which we established because we have so many different our social medias as well as the streaming services, you can check out linktree.com/J_J Production Studios. All of the podcast streaming services, including Spreaker, iHeartRadio, Spotify, SoundCloud, all of our links to our shows are there, as well as our social medias, Facebook, Instagram. I still can't get used to saying it. I say Twitter X, even though I think it's having an identity crisis there, but it's still technically there. So we are on there. And Tumblr. We also have on Twitch and Kick, the streaming services. We're hoping to have some live streaming shows at some point. We mentioned this last time, we're working on the website, which is in development. We are in the works to expedite that. Hopefully that'll be out by maybe the end of this year. So we will also be adding that as well, which will include podcast episodes. We're hoping to stream them or upload them directly to the website, and as well as a forums page where listeners can chat with one another no matter where you are in the world. And we will also be on there where if you want to chat with us directly, you can do so. We'll be happy to engage. We also have our public Discord server, which we will chat with you there as well. You can do that, and our official studio store. If you want merchandise from your favorite shows, that's available. Check that out. That would be awesome. That's pretty much everywhere you can find. Of course, the YouTube channel, we are there. Check us out if you like to use YouTube. You can listen there. Please subscribe and turn on notifications bell so you know that new episodes have been uploaded. So check us out there. We'd be happy to have you. Love to have new people coming and listen to us. We welcome all kinds, and we appreciate you all very much.
Absolutely. All right, Sam Crow, man, again, we appreciate you as always for joining us tonight. Much love, brother.
You too, Dini. Thank you so much. Look forward to chatting again very soon. All the best to you as well.
Yes, sir. Take care.
You too. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Have you struggled budgeting your finances? Don't worry, you're not alone. HumbledBudget.com. That's it.
And there you have it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. just, again, it was such an incredible experience. I had such an awesome time, and I truly cannot wait till we can go back and chat with Dini again. A lot of great insights. And as I mentioned at the beginning, too, every time we go on, he gives us the option to submit possible questions, but he just comes up with so many unique, great things, and I'm always so nervous because I don't know what I'm going to get asked, as you can kind of tell, but it kind of just flows, and it's very easygoing. We're chatting just like good friends would do, so there's really no added pressure there. It's kind of the same mentality that we use here on our show when we have our special guests, but it really is truly a unique experience, and we're super excited. We cannot wait to do it again. Please give him full support. You can check him out as well. Vigilantes Radio, search for that. It's not too hard to find. Plenty of great content on there, so proud to be part of that and looking forward to contributing more in the future. Hope that gives you guys something great to listen to as well, to give you some fun entertainment. We love to do that when we can. And of course, we're going to have more great stuff for you guys coming up as well. We have some other guests we're trying to get back. We got some lineups coming up and some things we're looking forward to. In addition to our holiday episodes, we are coming into the season for that. Really, really excited and super, super just cannot wait to do that. I hope you guys are just as excited as well. We look forward to seeing you guys, though. Saturday night, we'll be back live to join you guys, hopefully completely healthy and back to our normal selves, but we hope that this gets your weekend started right. We want you guys to party hardy, but please be responsible. As Big Hoss says, don't drink and drive. Find an Uber driver. Make sure you have help there. And, of course, for me, be happy, be healthy, be safe. Take care of yourselves. If you're ailing, we hope you feel better soon. We love you guys so much. We're looking forward to seeing you again very soon. Enjoy the start of your weekend, and we'll see you guys on Saturday night. We love you all so much. Appreciate you. And, of course, as always, we say goodbye for now. Until next time, when we see you at the show. Have a great night, guys. See you very soon.
Thank you for listening to the What's Up Bro show. Catch all the latest live action on your favorite podcast streaming services, including Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more. You can also check out episodes on the studio's official YouTube channel. Subscribe and become a member today. Don't forget to also turn on notifications so you'll know when new content is uploaded. Stay tuned and don't miss a single moment. We love and appreciate all your support. And as always, we will see you at the show.